Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first edition of Parking Lot Previews. I'm Matt Coates here with
Mike Maynard.
And we're here going to talk about the game today between the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and the Brewster Whitecaps. To start off, Mike, why don't you give us a look into the starting pitching matchup today?
Yeah, so today for the Harbor Hawks, we have Drew Dwyer making his first start of the season at Lynn University. At Lynn this past season, he was 4-4 in 13 appearances, 94 strikeouts in 80 innings with a 2.59 ERA, so looking for good things out of him. For the Whitecaps, we have Sam Garcia, again making his first start of the season. He's from High Point University. He's 1-8 in 18 appearances at High Point with 49 strikeouts in 44 innings and a 7.57 ERA. So, you look at the Harbor Hawks, maybe have a little bit of an edge there, but it's the Cape League. We know things can change with the wood bats and everything, so it should be a good matchup regardless.
Definitely, yeah. We're going to hope that ERA carries over from college and the Harbor Hawks have the edge here, but you never know. It's still early in the season, so who knows what these guys have left in store for them. So we don't have the starting lineup out yet for today, but going through the Harbor Hawks lineup, they have won 2 straight games, looking to add a third. We got some guys who are doing really well, Mike.
Yeah, we had Ben Williamson. He's been great in the field last game, going 4 for 4 with a walk. You had Jay Driver on the mound, obviously, but in the lineup, you'd had Brody Donay, obviously, has been pretty good at the behind the plate, and he's been switching with Andrew Sundin. So we'll see who is at catcher tonight. I believe Sundin should be due to be behind the plate tonight, but yes, had some good bats in the lineup, and we're looking to see some more tonight.
Yeah, Brody Donay has been excellent behind the dish. Last night, he helped end the game with a double play. It was a strikeout by our closer, and then he hosed the guy at second trying to steal. That was awesome. He had 2 guys caught out trying to steal last night. So Donay's been really good behind the dish. We're probably going to see Sundin today, who's been fine himself, but both of those guys have been doing well, hitting the ball, and doing well behind the dish.
Yeah, definitely. And you got Brad Kilori, who's obviously going to be starting probably at the top of the order. He's been there for the first 3 games of the season, obviously getting on base pretty well. He was our first Writers Player of the game, so looking for more good stuff out of him. But, there's some guys in the lineup that we haven't really said too much about yet, but we're looking for some guys to pick it up in the 4th game of the season here.
Speaking of players of the game, let's talk about Jay Driver last night. He was awesome. 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, 0 earned runs. Exactly what you wanted when I think our bullpen was a little bit short with some guys who had played earlier in the year. Coach was trying to reserve those arms. He went 5 innings, which was awesome for us.
Yeah, you really can't ask for anything better than scoreless innings, obviously, and pitches were working well. He was mixing them really well, had a couple strikeouts in there. Walks were a little bit of an issue, but, he said he was going to work on that, hopefully coming forward. Obviously, our Writers Player of the game for last night, but, yeah, hopefully a good start today would get another win in the books for the Harbor Hawks.
Definitely. Talking about the Writers Player of the game, Mike, who do you got to show up today, be your next Writers Player of the game?
I got out of Florida State, Cam Smith. He's been a little bit, shaky out of the gate, but I believe he's due. I think he's ready for a big game. I think, we saw him at Fenway Day. He was hitting tanks all over the place. He was showing that power. So I think over there at third base, he should be in the middle of the order. He was batting, I think, 3rd for the first 3 games. So we'll see if he's around there again. But I think he's due for a big game, and that's my pick for Player of the Game tonight.
I love that pick. Cam Smith has all the tools to be a great player. Hasn't really hit the way I'm sure he'd like to, but we've seen flashes, and I believe the second game he ripped a double off the fence, and I know he wants to do more of that today. For me, I'm going with Eric Snow. He's been rotating with Brad Killoy, second stop, shortstop. They've been switching, and I know he saw Brad Key one Player of the game, and so I know he's like, hey, I got the same thing in me, and he was making some plays in the field last night. He was sharp at shortstop, so I can see him hitting the ball, maybe steal a bag or 2, and I think he'll stay great defensively and maybe still Player of the game.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of guys in this lineup that definitely have the capability. We'll see who pulls it out tonight.
All right, well, that's it for Parking Lot Preview. Hopefully we get the 3rd straight double against the Whitecaps tonight, and you'll see who the Player of the game is tonight.